QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad and Dave in the building. Man, wild weekend, Dave. Wild weekend. What's good?
That's an understatement, my brother. That, my friend, is an understatement.
That's
crazy weekend.
Yeah, crazy weekend. What's good with you though, Dave?
So I made that big announcement on Monday, man. I'm entering Evo 2024, and I'm already training. If you guys follow me on my YouTube page, I will stream there. I literally just got off stream, and I'm just gonna try to get matches in each day and try to get better and get on that Evo grind, because it's gonna be a grind between now and July. And I will be jumping games. There's a couple games I'm entering.
So I've heard of Evo, but for the folks that may have not heard about it, what is it? What the hell is going on?
It is one of the largest video game fighting game tournaments in the world. It's gotten to the point where now they do it by countries. Like they have an Evo Japan. Evo's been around for over 20 years at this point. This year, crazy enough, is next year. I mean, is the 20th anniversary of Evo Moment 37, and all you got to do is Google Evo Moment 37, and even if you're not a gamer, you'll be amazed about what the hell happened in that tournament. But it's just something I've always wanted to do. When I was in college, I was semi-pro. I played at a serious level while I was in college, so it's just something I wanted to get back to doing. So I'm gonna get the grind going.
Is that Dave pursuing a dream? Is that what you're doing?
Look, man, it's been a while. I want to get my groove back. I want to try to get my. I'm trying to get. I don't know how far I'm gonna go, because I got a lot of work to do. I'm hoping
smacked,
that,
bro.
Huh?
You don't get smacked, Dave. Don't get in there and get smacked, bro. You gotta show up, man.
Look, it's funny. Somebody asked me a question like, "What's the expectation?" I was like, "To not be eliminated in 2 matches. That's the first step, right? I don't want to just walk up in there and be gone in like 20 minutes. But we'll see how it goes. I do plan on going into enter a major tournament before Evo. I'm still going to look at the schedule for that, and I'm going to try to travel to something that's close, maybe like a combo break or something that's like within 6 to 7 hours of me. So I will figure that out as I go. But dope. I gotta get my groove back. I gotta start preparing. I've already started doing some data digging and things of that sort. Pause. And I'm gonna probably do Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear, leaning towards MK1 as well. I might actually try to teach myself Tekken. That would be interesting, because I'm never was a big Tekken player like that. But we'll see.
That's dope, man. I need to link to that shirt, that sweater, by the way, too. No, stop, man. Stop holding out, man. Yo, Dave's sweater, sweater game is crazy, bro.
It gets better, yo. It gets better.
I need that one, and
this is what I was supposed to wear at Jiho, but then they took care of the sweater and I ended up wearing.
I need that. The cream one you got too. That's what fire.
You're like,
send me the link, man. Stop playing, bro.
I thought I sent you the link.
Nah, I ain't got nothing, man. Stop playing, bro.
Look, listen, yo. This got the I think it's called Chanel. I don't know how to say it, Chantel or some like the it was fly.
Yeah, I need that joint. But anyway, again, we're gonna talk about a lot. It's a lot to talk about during this pod. Of course, we're gonna talk about the fallout from the cancel march on mid. It's a lot going on with that. We're gonna talk about the transactions. We're gonna talk about. I want to hear y'all opinion and what y'all would tell David Tepper if we got the opportunity. Hypothetically, if you were one-on-one with David Tepper, what would you tell him realistically? I want to get into all that. So we're going to talk about all that right now. But Dave, again, my weekend was crazy. Went to go see Captain Marvel.
The Marvels.
Excuse me. The Marvels. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was in it. But yeah, The Marvels. Excuse me. You're correct, Dave. The Marvels. It was all right. Post-credit scene was crazy. No spoilers for those that that divulge in Marvel stuff. But yeah, that post credit scene was kind of crazy, or mid credit was dope. But all right, let's keep it moving. Let me get this joint up because I ain't got it up, and I ain't prepared. Dave, give me 1 second.
It's okay. I'm not prepared most of the time anyway. It is what it is.
Let me present, and then I need to share. All right. Here we go. All right. So again, man, be sure y'all stay on the prowl, man. Pursue your dreams like Dave, trying to get in that Evo. Radiate positivity, overcoming an obstacle, work hard and love what you do. That's what we do over here at PNP. Let me go ahead and switch this background because it's going to annoy me. All right. Let's get this thing going. All right, real quick, unrelated to the Panthers, but kind of pseudo related to the Panthers.
Oh, it's absolutely related to the Panthers.
Kind of related to the Panthers. Yeah, it's sort of connected. Let's talk about this Ken Dorsey situation and Joe Brady getting elevated as interim. I hadn't heard Joe Brady name in forever, but Joe Brady's been elevated to interim offensive coordinator for the Bills. Ken Dorsey gets the can. And must I remind you all that we did interview Ken Dorsey in the last head coaching cycle. We interviewed him, didn't hire him, decided to go Frank Reich. But Dave, what are your thoughts on this scenario? I have my thoughts, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and get it cracked.
I think we dodged the bullet with Ken Dorsey. That's one. Two, I think we gave Joe Brady a terrible rap because when I saw this announcement go down, I did some digging. And you know what I found, Rashad?
What's that?
The best offense we've had during the Tepper era was him.
I believe it.
It was the year of Teddy, which I know you guys really want to talk about.
2,000-yard wide receivers. That was a great
He had 4 players that got over 1,000 all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a great season from a wins and loss standpoint. That was Rule's best season if you keep it a buck, but
facts.
But Joe Brady was LC. And I mean, and also from my perspective too, like Dorsey was the scapegoat of the next thing that's about to happen in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen is regressing. And nobody's really discussing it enough to keep it a buck.
You took my point. I agree that was a scapegoat firing, bro. It's not, and somebody put it in the chat. It's not, Ken Dorsey's fault that they had 12 men on the field on defense, allowing the Broncos to get a game-winning field goal, get a little bit closer. After kicker missed the joint, he missed the first field goal. The Bills had 12 guys on the field. They got 5 yards closer. They got to kick it again, and they made it. That's not Ken Dorsey's fault. It's a scapegoat firing, but it's an opportunity. Ken Dorsey's out there. I'm not saying we should listen. I don't like this stuff because anytime somebody gets fired, Panthers fans immediately go, "Should we hire him?" And no, I don't think that's the case. But
why do we have a habit of doing that? Like,
we
why
always
would
do
you
that, bro?
Anybody that gets fired. You know what? I'll end it right. I'll end it with this. We already hired somebody else that just got fired. He's our head coach.
yeah, we did that one time. You're right, absolutely right, Dave. Cross that bridge already. I'm
just
good
saying.
On that.
I mean, just saying. I mean, McDermott days are numbered, but you can't he had a pretty good run in Buffalo when you keep it a buck.
Yeah, that window is about over, bro.
Yeah, that window's about to close. But I mean, I feel for Dorsey, man, because I mean, he was moving up the ranks, and then last night happened, Monday night happened, and then that'll do it.
Yeah,
but Joe Brady's back, man.
Yeah, Joe Brady. And somebody said, I think
Joe Brady's
somebody
back.
said in the chat. So somebody said Joe Brady's, or did you just say it? Joe Brady's inevitable. Like that, he's just gonna. He's about to. You can't stop the Joe Brady train, bro. He's gonna get the job. I think he's gonna do a decent job up there. And again, he had a good run. He had a solid run here. I thought even here, I think Joe Brady was a scapegoat firing.
He was.
Again, it is what it is there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that because Panther Nation, again, former Panthers right here. I wanted to kind of give them their little shine. But shout out to Ken Dorsey, man. Hope he bounced back, find another job.
I'm gonna I'm gonna pull this comment up. You want to answer this now?
So I've seen the rumors with Bill Belichick possibly getting canned up there, and I've seen some stuff talking about that. Tepper is inevitable, or excuse me, Tepper loves the Patriot way and all that stuff. And will we hire Belichick? I mean, is he coming with Tom Brady? Because if not, I'm cool.
Here's my thoughts on Bill Belichick as somebody who lives here. He has proven that he needs a general manager to make this work. If he doesn't have a general manager, this is not going to work. I'm saying this because him and Scott Pioli made this work. Bill's not good at drafting talent. He's not. He's not good at it. Don't believe me? Look at how the Patriots look right now. That's all him. He drafted all those guys. He is the GM. Point blank, period. Do I think Bill Belichick can coach? Yup. He's the GOAT, no doubt in my mind. But if he's going to be the coach and the GM, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I'm cool. I'm cool.
and I
on
don't think
Belichick.
Bill, and truth be told, I don't think Bill will come here anyway.
Yeah, I think Bill he can call it a career, bro. What else there is there to do, to be honest? Like, it is what it is. Hang that up, man. Go be a consultant somewhere. Consult. You don't need to coach no more, bro. Get that consultant money and call it a day. But yeah, unless Thomas Brady is coming with them, I'm cool. And obviously, I'm joking because I don't. Tom Brady's old. He's retired. I'm just joking. I'm just saying, unless you getting that guy with him to come with him, and like Dave said, as long as he's not the GM, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that.
What has he
But all right,
done? I mean, until Stefanski got there, he was the last team to get the Browns to the play. He was the last coach to get the Browns to the playoffs before Stefanski.
I think they talking about since Brady's
Since
gone.
Brady, I mean, look, man, I'll stand by this, and I will stand on this shield. They should have never let Cam go after that first year. That did him in. That was the end of him. But I'll leave that to myself. And now the Patriots fans understood what I was saying too, because now they're like, Dave, maybe you were right. Yeah, I know I was. Look at Mac Jones. Shout out to him.
A-Cash says, for context on Bill Belichick being a terrible GM, he has drafted just 2 Pro Bowls in the last 10 years, a punter and a kick returner. Wow.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nope.
I can't verify that, but
no, I'm telling you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, I mean, because Mayo never really made the Pro Bowl because he drafted Mayo. He drafted Gerard Mayo, which will probably be the next head coach for the New England Patriots. That's why he didn't interview with us. Just want y'all to just a tidbit for y'all. I don't think Kraft is going to change his mind regarding that. All right, what else we got?
All right, let's move on. Excuse me. Roster movement. Got a little bit of roster movement here. Couple surprise signings and releases here. We released Jordan Matthews after like a couple of days. Seemed like we signed him in
2 weeks.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Signed him and then canned him in what Dave says 2 weeks. We released Matthias Farley as well. Released Calvin Throckmorton in the words of Dave. In the words of Dave, Throckmorton.
Well, now we could probably call him that now.
Calvin Throckmorton.
He was giving it up. He was giving it up.
Yo, bro, come on, bro. Stop, man. Chill.
He was giving it up.
Chill,
Am I kidding?
Chill.
He was giving it up.
Chill, giving it up. But Calvin Throckmorton, he has been released, which is surprising, bro, because if you look at his individual performance, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't. He wasn't terrible. When he was at right guard, he was solid. They moved him to left guard because of the injuries, and then every left guard we seem to play that's not named Brady Christensen is not good. Look at his replacements. See, would you rather have him there, Zavala there, or Mays there?
Obviously, they decided they'd rather have Zavala and Mays there at this rate.
And let's see how far that takes us, because everybody's been there in that left guard position.
But the thing is, you know what the difference between Zavala and Mays and him, right? One's a vet, the other's not. There's expectations for these vets, and if you playing just as bad as these younger guys, you're expendable, bro. It's the same. It's the same philosophy about how Ricky Lee made the roster. You got Cam Newton out of the paint because Ricky Lee was pretty much like, well, if you're gonna have him perform about the same, you might as well keep the young guy. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Calvin, man. It sucks, but
I think that's weird, bro. Releasing him is kind of weird. That's a bit shocking, to be honest with you. I'm telling you that there's something to that. They didn't release him because he was bad. It was a bad player. He wasn't terrible. And considering what's behind him, pause. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't just release a guy like that. I don't get that. I think there's a deeper, darker link to that. But it is. If it is, I'm just reaching. But I don't think you just release a guy like that. But who am I? Offensive tackle Deontay Brown was also released from the practice squad. So that's another guy, Blastoise, who we have been waiting on.
You know what the problem with Deontay Brown was, man? You've been calling this man Blastoise for since he got drafted here. and he never evolved past Blastoids. Like he's just always been Blastoids. Like I can't remember what the evolved Pokemon of Blastoids is, but he remained Blastoids. So when you went up against the level 25 Pokemon trainer, you got your
Blake
ass
Martinez.
whooped.
Ask Blake Martinez. He probably know all. He probably know what it is off the top of his head. But anyway, Blastoise. We can never. He never got it going, bro. So unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that we never got to see him. Develop
Blastoise is the highest. So what? Yo, if Blastoise is the highest, then we've been doing that, man. What is the first form of the Pokemon? Please, somebody in the chat remind me. See, to tell you how much I play Pokemon. If that's the final evolution, what is the first? Because that's what he is. Is that Squirtle?
What?
Isn't it Squirtle?
Squirtle, I think it's Squirtle.
Oh, it's Squirtle.
Where is Blake Martinez when you need him, man?
Yo, son, it is Squirtle. Look at that.
Where is Blake Martinez when you need him?
We've been calling this man Blastoise all this time when we shouldn't have. We should have been calling him Squirtle the whole time. He's been squirreling his behind through the whole process. Okay, it is Squirtle. Okay. My God, man. We just released 2 Squirtles. Yeah. That's all.
Yep. Deontay Brown again.
Unfortunate. And shout out to the gamers in the chat. Shout out to the gamers out here knowing all the evolutions of the Squirtles.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. That's dope. That's dope. But anyway, out of here. Never got to see him. Never developed anything. So it's unfortunate. We thought we had something in him, and no go. But we also re-signed David Sharp, offensive tackle, who we got him from, I think he was on the Ravens at one point. We signed him. He was on the squad up until like last week. And then we released him, and then we brought him back. Not sure what's going on there. And then we also signed linebacker Tay Davis. I believe that's to the 53-man roster, not the practice squad. I could be wrong on that. But there's some confusion around what he was signed to, but I'll confirm that once we get to it. Or maybe somebody in the chat knows whether it's the 53-man roster or on the practice squad, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, could this be a thing? I don't know. My man Carlos said we signed David Sharp again and maybe move Icky into left guard. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. Everybody, I've seen that.
We've said that he's an all-pro guard, so
I've seen a couple people say that. Since the signing of David Sharp, but we've never seen David Sharp play tackle, so we don't even know if he's a solid tackle. You know what I mean? So
they wouldn't put Ricky Lee out there.
Nah.
No way.
Nah, but I've seen that. I mean, I'm not saying that's me, bro. Icky's last couple games has been pretty solid at left tackle.
It has.
I mean, truth be told, he's been playing pretty well. So all the moving around and trying to move him to left guard, I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. I'm not on board with that, but if whatever protects Bryce, I'm for it. If they think that Icky's going to be a better left guard, then so be it, because that's going to protect Bryce Young. They've got to figure something out. They got to figure the offensive line configuration that is going to work. But it is what it is. Any more thoughts on these on the roster movement day?
Nah, man. I ain't gonna front. I was shocked with Throckmorton as well. But
yeah, that's shocking, bro.
At the same time, the offensive line has been underwhelming. They probably had to do something. They probably just. I still think it might have been just like more of a veteran decision. Like, yo, you a vet, you out here playing. You're not playing that much better than some of the guys below you guys, so you're probably expendable. So I think that's what it boiled down to. And Deontay Brown, I mean. Oh my God. I'm just going to remember that Trey Smith was there. All right. Carry on.
It's true. This is true.
All right.
Let's talk about this press conference. It was all the buzz. This press conference that
Before
happened.
We talk about the press conference, can we have a discussion about how Frank Reich has aged over the past few months?
Bro, I was going to say that too, bro. He looks stressed out. Frank looking stressed, B. That is not how Frank Reich looked when he first signed here. I don't know if it's the lighting.
Didn't.
But bro, he had some brown. Yo, he had some brown hair,
my man looking like the presidential transition. Like when the president first shows up to the White House And then
My
a couple
man
years
is
in,
stressed.
everything turns gray, whole body. Oh, yeah, you can see the stress in his face. It's rough,
My
man.
man be stressed. My man stressed out, bro. It comes with the territory, bro. It is what it is. But anyway, let's talk about this press conference. Some of the, I guess, if we want to call them highlights, I would say points that were made. I wouldn't call them highlights
Or
because
low
some
light.
or low lights, however you want to look at it. A couple things. Let's talk about them. Dave, we don't know as a fan base who's calling plays. I know that Frank Reich has said, I'm still trying to figure it out. They know they have a plan. They know who's calling plays. But for this to even be a thing like right now is very concerning.
Well,
Very,
wasn't there a
very
situation
concerning,
when
bro.
they asked him, will Thomas Brown still call the plays and he wouldn't commit
Yes.
to it?
He
Yeah.
wouldn't commit to it, bro. So he's talking about taking the play calling back. This whole bro, this is a mess. And that's where the title and the thumbnail came from for this video. Lacking direction. We don't have no direction on offense. We don't know they know what they're doing. Internally, I'm sure they have a plan. But that they're to have these kind of discussions right now, week 10, it's week 10, bro. We're more than halfway through the season, and you're still not trying to figure out who's calling plays, bro. That's unacceptable, bro. And you wonder why we want to rally. You know what I mean? You wonder why we want to come together as a fan base to talk about this stuff. This is unacceptable. This is complete. And for him to feel comfortable enough to trot out there and say these kind of things, and it's just wild to me, bro. It cements what and we'll talk about the Tepper article later. But this, I mean, bro, like, how does this make Tepper feel any better about the offense? Go out publicly and say this stuff, bro. Like, I feel like he just and Frank, I do believe Frank, he's one of those guys too. I don't think he could tell a lie. Like, I don't think he knows how to. He's being truthful. So I applaud that, but at the same time, bro, some stuff you gotta read the room. You gotta read the room, bro, and you gotta be able to say, all right, if I say this, bro, people gonna take this, and it's gonna be a mess. And that's exactly what happened. Shout to Sheena Quick. She reposted a tweet and talking about going back to the second point, talking about we not a smash mouth team, bro. What? You're right. We can't. We absolutely not a smash mouth team.
But it's by
not.
choice, bro. But it's by choice.
Exactly.
Like, you can't say, that ain't gonna work. It's by choice, based on the decisions that were made, based on the play call that you're trying to do. You're trying to be a finesse run team when our slogan is keep pounding. Like, what are we doing? We know it works. Like I tweeted, 6-6. We were a power run team. We were 6-6. Not a power run team. We 1-8.
Yeah, and I don't recall the stats off the top of my head. So forgive me if I say some wrong information. But last year when we were like, I don't know, we were almost undefeated or something like that when we ran over 250 yards. It was something like that. Over 200 yards, something like that. When we ran the football, we were able to do it successfully. Now, when it didn't work and we couldn't run the ball,
we lost.
We were losing. We lost.
The thing is, we can't do anything. Like, we can't run the ball. We got an okay passing game, but it's dink and dunk. It replaces the run game, so to speak. We're a finesse run team, and that's never been the identity of this franchise. Like, never.
No, I agree with what y'all saying. I see it in the chat that we don't have a power run back. I agree that we don't have that battering ram and Deonta form.
But you can fix that. Like, you can fix that. You can get a guy.
Bro, you have a guy on the practice squad, Spencer Brown, who's a 6'2", 200-some pound battering ram. He is that. You have it. He's just not playing it. There's a difference
because we're not a smash mouth run team.
It's scheme. It's by choice. It's by scheme, bro.
It's by choice.
It's by scheme. And I would say with the offensive line regression, I'm not an X's and O's guy, so I'm not gonna pretend to sit up here and be that. But I do know that these guys are not doing the same. It's not the same scheme as it was last year.
No,
it's different. These inside zone runs is not it. This is not what we did last year.
But here's the thing, right? Let's keep it a buck. Last year's offensive line was not that good. It improved over the season. When Wilkes took it over, he was like, all right, we're going to add additional lineman here. We're going to have an additional tight end here. We'll put the fullback here to do this. Like, he set it up to do what he wanted to do. And then he did it with the offensive coordinator that ain't known for a power run game. That ain't what Ben McAdoo's known for. But you know what that's called, right, Rashad?
What's
coaching.
That? Yeah.
Playing to the strengths of the guys that you have and making it work with what you can do.
Yeah, and so Dave is absolutely right, and it goes to coaching, right? Instead of and this is the exact problem, and this is why I say lacking direction. This is a clear issue, and it's plain as day to see. And I've said it multiple times: the square peg round hole. You've got guys on multiple different pages here. You've got an owner who is trying his best. I give him credit, bro. He's trying. He got all these minds. These, Jim Caldwell, all these. Frank Reich, Thomas Brown, Deuce Staley, Sean Jefferson, all these guys that have come from these different places, right? Got them in a room and say, all right, let's figure this out. Maybe we have too many bosses and not enough workers, right? And so, and I think Frank Reich has this scheme in his mind that he wants to implement. Thomas Brown came from a whole different scheme. Thomas Brown is implementing what Frank Reich wants him to implement. Let's be clear on that. This is not what McVay's systems look like. We're not running what Thomas Brown truly came from. Let's be clear on that, right? Let's be clear on that. So what we're doing is Frank Reich he's providing the direction for the offense, which it does not fit the offensive personnel that we have. That's your Scott Fitterer has a one thing in his brain. Frank Reich has another thing in his brain, and Frank Reich does not have the personnel to do what he wants to do. He says it now. He says it it's one of the things he said in his press conference. Yo, we got what we need. Come on. That's why I got the eye roll. That was the first eye roll I put. Come on, Frank. If you had what you need, bro, you would be executing better.
If you have what you need, you wouldn't be 1-8.
Exactly. The offense would be serviceable if you had what you needed, bro. You don't have what you need. It's clear. And that's okay to say that. It's okay. Like I would be more confident if you said, you know what, man, we just don't got the dogs yet. If you said that, maybe, and don't put it on them, right? And he's not gonna throw his players on the bus. He's never gonna do that.
He was a player too. Like we gotta remember that.
Yeah. He's never gonna do that. But it's clear that, and this is not. And again, please hear me, because I know people, the players. This is not only, especially on offense. My defensive homies, salute. Evero, salute to you, homie. Salute to all the defensive guys. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. Y'all boys, salute. The offense, we ain't there. And whether it's Frank Reich doesn't have what he needs, or Frank Reich is not capable of adjusting to his scheme to the players he has. That's what's going on. That's what the problem with the offense right now. That's the clear problem with the offense. You got to adjust to what you have, bro. And Frank Reich has a system. He's stuck in it. He wants the guys to run what he's doing, and it ain't working. It's not working. It is not working. So we got to find a better way. Something's got to give. Either you got to and it's week 10. So they're not going to say, hey, we got to change the scheme. We've been practicing this all training camp, all 10 weeks. So they're not just going to rip it out. They're not going to do that.
Shout out to Twandon, man. But let me tell you something. I looked at the odds of who's likely to get fired first. You know who's at the top of that list? This guy.
Who's that?
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy. He's got the best odds to get fired first. What are worse odds? I think he's plus 150 the last time I checked.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see, because shout out to Panthers on Tap. They sent the tweet to Albert Beer, and he was talking about it on his pod or something like that, or on Instagram or something. And Panthers on Tap put something on Twitter, was saying that, if one goes, if Frank Reich goes, Scott Fitterer is going with him, but he also thinks that, they're both going to survive through 2024. So that's what Albert Beer said. Nobody really knows for sure, but that's the word on the street.
I think the truth be told, and I'll keep it a buck with you. You kind of got to let him sit in 20. You kind of got to let him do it in 2024, particularly Fitterer, because they made all these damn trades.
They both. If one go, they both got to go. That's been.
No, I'm with you, but I'm saying if you're gonna, You gonna bring in a brand new GM? They ain't gonna have no first round pick.
Say what? Sorry,
I said you gonna bring in a brand new GM that's not gonna have a first round pick.
No, no.
Yeah, that's
no.
my thing, right?
You're
So
right. You're right.
if you're gonna do it, you do it after 2024. If you're gonna do it. Now, it goes back to what I talked about last week. The history of our owners shows that he has no patience.
Hold that thought. We're gonna get to him in a sec. We're gonna get to him, bro. We're gonna get to him. Yeah. Hey, look, shout out to Michael Dennis says Rashad and Dave, I guess it's good they hid, quote unquote, hid the offense in the preseason so the opponents couldn't get a jump on the offense. Yeah.
Now, I don't think they hit a damn thing. It looks like the same shit I saw in the preseason that wasn't good. And everybody told me to calm down.
No, this ain't what we saw at training camp, bro.
I said preseason. I didn't say training camp.
No. I know.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm just saying what I saw at training camp I saw a lot of Chanel out the backfield. I saw a lot of different things. And we just not seeing that. We just not seeing what I saw in training camp. But it is what it is. Shout out to Amari with the super chat, says my best friend is a Cowboys fan and he surprised me with tickets to the game. Hopefully I see you there. Hey man, you know where to find me, man. I'm doing a pre-show with Charlotte Vibe at 11 o'clock right there in front of the stadium. I'm outside. You know where to find me, bro. You know where to find me, man. Right out there. Right. I'm always at the bank every game. I'll be out there. But anyway, let's.
I know it was. I know it was sarcasm. I'm looking at the chat.
Okay, so injury updates. This is some positive news, right? Burns, Henderson, Chark are all heading in the right direction. So the injury report comes out tomorrow, but all signs point to them maybe potentially clearing. In the case of Burns and Henderson, the concussion protocol, and Chark I think has a shoulder. He's on the mend as well. So that's positive news. That's really positive news. So before we move on, Dave, anything else you want to address that's on this slide?
No, but I'll read the super chat real fast. Shout out to Jared. Why would I let a GM who hasn't drafted a Pro Bowler or All Pro and 22 picks have another season of building my roster? Jared, I completely agree with you, but we ain't got a first round pick because of this guy. And maybe you have somebody else be like the stealth picker. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep him here for a year, let him get through this thing, tell him you ain't trading nothing, and then you just try to draft some talent to help Bryce out. And then just keep it moving. Because, you can go and get a GM, but I'm more concerned about what would you get for options outside of, like, what would you get knowing? Like, it's one thing if you're a brand new GM and you're going to walk into the number one overall pick, and it's another thing when you're a brand new GM and you ain't going to get no first round pick. You got to get the 33rd pick. I think there's a distinct difference about the candidate pool that you could potentially get. That's all. That was my thought. I'm gonna be honest. I see this one. Look, man. Draft is hard, but this one here, I don't think this is an option, fellas. I think if you're gonna shut this thing down, you got to get rid of everybody. Everybody got to go.
I don't know, bro. We gonna see, but just a couple more points on the offense. A lot of people, a lot of the the film breaker downers, all them dudes is talking. Everybody's talking about the offense, and it's been the same thing. Everybody, it don't take a film genius to see what the problem is with the offense. You can't protect Bryce. Nobody can separate. When there is a little bit of separation, Bryce sometimes hold on to the football a little bit too long. He's got to let that thing rip. He's got to let it go. And we're not throwing the football deep. When you're not throwing the football deep, you got DB squatting. They're jumping your routes. That's why these interceptions are happening. There's no respect to our offense at all. Zero respect. These defensive coordinators are feasting on our offense. They're killing Bryce Young back there because they know what's coming. There's nothing. This offense look horrendous, bro. It's literally bottom 5 in every category any category you want to think about, Dave. Points per game, 29th. Yards per game, 30th. Points per play, 30th. Yards per play, 31st. What else? Rush play percentage, 30th. Yards per rush, 25th. Rushes per game, 28th. Yards per rush, 27th. Rushing touchdowns per game, 31st. Right? Passing. Now, listen, we're ranked top 3 in pass percentage, bro. We're throwing the ball so much because obviously we can't run the football. We always playing from behind, so that's why the pass play percentage is so high, right? Yards per pass, Dave, ranked dead last, 4.8 yards per pass. Hence, DBs squatting on everything, bro. They're jumping all the routes. I mean, it's just pass game per yard, pass yards per game, 185, 26. Bro, it's all bad, bro.
This is your offensive minded coach.
It is. This is not what I signed up for, and it wasn't my first choice.
No, I know. I'm just saying it to everybody else.
But I just want to make sure you characterize that, because I was one pushing one for pushing Tepper for an offensive guy, but this ain't what I signed up for. This ain't it.
Oh man. Oh my!
I didn't even get to the sacks allowed.
No.
Let me see. Hold on.
There's more.
It was up here. Well, it says QB sack percentage 25th. It's sack percentage. So I mean, anything you want to talk about offensively is bottom of the barrel, bro. It's bottom of the barrel. All bad.
Terrible.
Sizzle God says when your offensive minded coach doesn't hold a play sheet on the sidelines, he's salty. I didn't even notice that, but shout out to Sizzle God for that. Maybe I'll keep an eye on that during the game if I stay the whole game on Sunday. We'll see. Steichen was my guy. Ben Johnson was my top two, and Reich was at near the bottom of that list. He was on the list, but he was near the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, I can't even front. All right. So yeah, if you watch this press conference, it's very frustrating. It does not give me any hope.
All I did was look at Sheena and Vashti's tweets. That's when I knew I did not need to watch that press conference. I didn't even bother.
Not pretty, bro.
I did not bother. It wasn't worth my time. Because as soon as I was seeing the comments coming out of that thing, I said, oh nah, can't do it, won't do it, can't work with them, can't do it.
Yeah, so let me address this too, Busy. The fact that he does not know who's calling plays, we are lost. Here's the thing. He knows, and they know. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. Frank Reich knows who's calling plays, but he's trying to protect everyone involved because they know it ain't getting no better. He's trying to protect Thomas Brown from getting slayed. He's trying to protect himself from all the criticism. So this whole thing of we don't know who calling plays, it's all a facade, bro. They know who's calling plays. They're not going to say it publicly so they don't get the bashing, the public bashing when the backlash, when things go bad. It's all strategic. It makes sense. It makes sense for him to say that. You know what I mean? My man, the game guy says get Jim Harbaugh and give him total control. I don't know about that one either, man. You see what's going on up there.
Besides that, y'all got to remember the owner that we have, but we'll get to him soon. A-Cash, shout out for the super chat. At least we're the best in the league in giving up sacks. We got the most of those. Well, whatever. Yeah, it's not a good look, man. It's bad.
All right. Yeah, and people have said, this is a great point. 1998 infused playbook. Yeah, man. A lot of people, JT O'Sullivan being one of them, saying it's outdated. And this is not me. This is what other people are saying, man. I'm not an X's and O's guy. That's not my my strength. But a lot of people saying this offense is just from an X's and O's standpoint, it's not creative. It's not doing anything. It's putting Bryce in a lose-lose scenario. Okay, because we don't have the talent. The wide receivers, we don't have the speed on the outside. We don't have guys separating, and it's partially due because maybe the speed, but it's also creativity in the playbook. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of bad things going on with the offense. And honestly, Frank Reich is trying to protect everybody involved to say, I don't know who's calling plays. I'm not going to tell y'all, so y'all don't try to crucify them.
The funny thing about the 1998 comment is that if it was a 1998 playbook, it would be a smash mouth run team.
That's true. That's a great point. It's a great point.
He would be, we would have such unless you're Shanahan, unless you're a Shanahan disciple, because he's the only one that was doing zone blocking, but even then he ran. And it worked. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
Railroad Man says, should we hire Alabama's OC to help Bryce Young? That would be Bill O'Brien. I think that's
no.
We cool on that.
No. How'd it work out for Matt Jones?
We cool on that, brother.
How'd it work for Mac Jones? They're about to fire Bill Belichick. I hope
Yeah.
y'all can't hear that music in the background.
No, I can't. You good?
Thank God, because
Anyway, let's keep it moving because this is a good conversation, but I don't want to belabor the point. But we got some more good news. That I ended that segment with good news. I tried to end it with good news. But go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, hit that.
yeah.
Pause.
Also
Hey, yo.
shout out to Akash. Also read this online, but can't remember what site. But it said we should have drafted Rashid Rice over Mingo among other wide receivers. Agreed. I don't agree with that yet. I'm not ready to say that yet. You guys, all right. Let me get on my quick rant about this because I get irritated a little bit when I hear these type of things. We should have drafted this guy instead of that guy. It wouldn't have mattered because it's based on the coaching staff. It's based on what you put around them. Like if Cam Newton, I'm not gonna use Cam Newton. If Tom Brady got drafted, if Tom Brady got drafted by the Jets, like when the Jets were the Jets, then Tom Brady would not be Tom Brady because they're not going to put everything around Tom Brady to be successful. If Patrick Mahomes got drafted by the Lions when the Lions were like in there, Mahomes wouldn't be Mahomes. It's about putting everything around them. I mean, Stafford never really won a playoff game in Detroit because they never put everything around him. The man went to LA and got a Super Bowl his first year. Like, you got to put pieces around these guys. It doesn't really matter what you draft. It's about the fit for the scheme that you have, and you got to put the pieces around them.
Yeah, it matters. And Dave's absolutely right, man. Guys that are on these squads, they put them numbers. They're doing numbers because of the offensive scheme around them. Their coaches are putting them in a good position to succeed, and that's why they're succeeding. Talent, obviously, talent has something to do with that. You got to be good, and those guys just it's when talent meets scheme, and that's when you get these players that ball out. I don't know why Dave left, but I'm sure he'll be back in a second. So real quick, we'll get to the injured reserve list. There we go. Dave's back. Nope.
Yeah,
there you go. You good?
Yeah,
so let's get to the injured reserve list again. I tried to end that last segment on a good note where we were getting some guys back, but we keep going back to the offense, and it's depressing. So I'll try to move on to the injury report, which is positive news because we get JC Horn. He's got his activation window open. Same with Ian Thomas. They're both set to return. That does not mean they're gonna play this weekend. That's maybe not the case. They might not. Marquise Haynes also returned. So we're starting to get some guys back on the defense. Unfortunately, this does not help the offense, and I'm sure activating Ian Thomas isn't going to be that spark to the offense. It just makes everything start clicking again. But JC does absolutely certainly help that defense that is already playing well considering the circumstances. So thank goodness we're getting JC back. Hopefully he can remain healthy because we know when JC on the field, he is talented, bro. He is talented. We just got to keep him on the field so he can stay healthy. Dave, any thoughts on this list?
I'm happy to see JC back. I just hope he stays healthy. I mean, for me, that's what it boils down to.
Yep. And shout out to Jay Got the Juice, man. He says Hayden Hurst is in concussion protocol. He is likely to miss this weekend, but we got Ian Thomas back. So, yay. Shout out to Tommy Tremble, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to Tommy Tremble.
Yeah, please. Shout out to Tommy Tremble.
Go to work. Tommy Tremble about to go to work. Let's get it.
I'm telling you. Shout out to Tommy Tremble. What's next, man?
All right, moving on. Shout out to our Patreon members, patreon.com/PC, man. Everybody in the Discord showing love. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to our MVP members. Real quick, I did get word back that my man DJ could not go to the game. So I got to go to the second guy and see if he can go to the game. Next week, if he says he can't go to the game, I got another ticket. The Falcons game is still available. Okay. So
ain't nobody want to go to these games, man.
Ain't nobody trying to go to the Falcons. I can't even get a damn ticket away, Dave. I can't even get a ticket away, Dave. Goodness gracious.
That's
bro.
Hilarious, yo. And I'm pretty sure those guys legitimately probably can't go, but I just find it hilarious. I mean, you're talking about a rivalry.
DJ is in Hawaii, bro. So I know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But anyway, shout out to the MVPs, man. We appreciate y'all support. If, like I said, the second winner cannot go, we will run another giveaway. All right. So appreciate y'all. Appreciate the franchise folks, and I also appreciate the free agents, man. We appreciate y'all support. Yeah, a lot of y'all been rocking with us since day one, and we greatly appreciate that, man, for sure. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the March in a second. We're gonna talk. We hold that thought. We're gonna talk about that and the ramifications, everything that came. We're gonna talk about it. Hold tight. Dave, real quick, Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah, because I want to talk about this March. So let's talk about Underdog Fantasy for a couple seconds. So the bottom line is this: you can still get the deposit match. We're still in the NFL. You can draft. You can draft on a weekly basis, and you can do pick'ems, do higher or lowers, and things of that sort. And you can do them live. So go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you sign up. It really helps out the channel because I want to get credit for letting you guys know about Underdog Fantasy. So go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP. They do NBA. They do hockey, they do UFC, they do it all. They even do esports, but I don't think you ever see my name there. But go to underdogfantasy.com, use the code PNP.
Yeah, just a real quick note on Underdog, man. Listen, if y'all don't want to become a Patreon member, cool. That's cool. You don't got to become a Patreon member to support. Another way is to sign up at underdogfantasy.com. It goes a long way. So appreciate that. Underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up, use that code PNP. All right, let's keep it moving. I did not mean to add this stuff. I meant to hide that, so my bad.
Yeah, get rid of it all. I don't want to talk about it.
No, yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to. I meant to hide all that stuff. But anyway, real quick on the coach rankings, and then we'll get to the Dave Tepper and the March on Mint stuff. All right. So real quick, I showed y'all this last week. Coaches rankings. We're still in the bottom back half of the coach rankings, but this is the offense. So this is Thomas Brown and company. All this essentially what this does is it accounts for the talent on the roster and how much you're paying for particular guys. Then it accounts for the expected points that they're supposed to score. There's a lot of different calculations going. It's analytics, but that's what we just need to keep an eye on this to see where we rank from a coaching standpoint. And here it is. Here it is for the offense. As you can see, Thomas Brown's right here. We're at the bottom. Not necessarily good for the offense. We were up 4 to 22. Last week we were down here 26. So we're moving up a little bit. I don't know how, but based on the analytics, we're starting to move up. All right. So here is the defense. Evero. I got to give my man more credit to this because he's working with a lot of injured players. I'm sure the analytics don't account for that, but
they don't.
My man is. I'm sure my man. He got to give him some more credit than that. Again, this is why you always got to combine the eye test when you look at analytics, and this is one of those where I would apply that. Evero's doing a fantastic job considering the circumstances, losing 5-6 starters on the defense and still playing well. These just a real quick. These stats come from. Let me get his name. I do got to shout him out. I'm trying to get him on the show because he also lives in Charlotte. But these stats come from his name is Steven Patton at Patton Analytics on Twitter. And I can post a link to his stuff. It kind of breaks it all down. Let me post a link in the chat for y'all about his stuff. Patton Analytics. All right, that's where you can check his stuff out. You got there's a nice read about how he calculates everything. It's really good stuff. I just like keeping an eye on this because it makes trying to correlate some things. All right, here's another one I found. I forgot where I pulled this from. I think it was Cowboy. Let me see.
Yes, it says it's based. Oh, these are the data from ESPN and PFF.
Yeah.
It's got data, but it was handle down there. Ben Baldwin.
Computer Cowboy. That's who Ben Baldwin. That's who it came from. So what he did was he took some stats from ESPN and PFF, and basically this is some trench work. Okay, what do we look like in the trenches? And you can see we're not so bad in the pass rush area, but run defense is not
terrible.
Good. Yeah, and offensive run blocking, not good. And pass protection, not good either. So you could just see. I just want to put this stuff up here. Yeah, I mean, so that you can see, how we rank amongst the rest of the league, and it's not good. It's not good. We're in the bottom of everything. Yeah, I mean, so it is what it is. All right. Let's see. All right, keep it moving. All right. So there's an article that came out, Dave, when we talked about this a little bit. Somehow we hadn't heard from Tepper all year basically, but somehow I don't know when this article came out. I think it was about 20 or so hours ago when this joint came, maybe about 30 hours ago it came out.
Yeah.
And this article came from The Athletic, and we're hearing that Tepper is unhappy with the offense. Okay, unhappy. Okay, So there's some internal frustrations according to this article from The Athletic. And I got to get my shout out to the lady that wrote it. I got to get her information. Dave, can you look up who wrote that while I go to this? But there's some internal frustrations and criticisms going on inside the Panthers. Panthers owner David Tepper is reportedly frustrated with the offense's lack of improvement. There are differing opinions within the organization about the roster's construction and the overall offensive strategy, with some league sources labeled it as boring and lifeless. Oh, you wouldn't? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that'd be the case? Okay. There were some questions in this article kind of addressed the job security.
Diana Rossini.
Yeah, shout out to Diana Rossini who's talking about this. She's a writer from The Athletic. There were some questions in the article about Reich's job security and his approach. It was saying that Frank Reich is in the first year of his 4-year contract. But like Dave was saying earlier, Tepper is known for his impatience. Okay. Reich's approach focuses on the structure of the offensive scheme and the development of young polarizing talent in Bryce Young and keeping his health and confidence going. Okay, Dave, what are your thoughts on those particular things regarding the contract and Dave Tepper's impatience?
The soccer team tells you everything you need to see. He's only had that soccer team for 2 seasons. He's about to hire. Was going to his 3rd season. He's about to hire his 3rd coach. I mean, I don't know. And this soccer team just took the team to the playoffs. And I know folks will say, well, they had to lose a record, over half the teams make it. But, you still got to the playoffs. We've never been to the playoffs since he's been the owner for the Panthers. And he's so far, he's fired 2 coaches, 2 head coaches. He's fired 2 coaches. He bought the team in 2018, I remember, right? 2018 is when he bought the team?
Yep.
So he bought the team in 2018. And so in 5 seasons, he's on his 3rd head coach.
Oh, Dave, I got some more information regarding that. Just wait. I did some digging. I did some because you Dave, it seemed like we got synergy and you ain't even know it, but you hold that because the 5-season thing, yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Hold your horses on that.
All right.
You know what I mean? So go ahead.
Super chat. We barely drafted offensive elite weapons in free agency since Tepper got here, including 1 full draft with defensive. Yeah, but the truth be told, I wasn't mad at the fully defensive draft that happened in that first year with Rule. I wasn't mad at that. We needed it. I mean, too bad Deontay Brown's probably the only one that panned out ultimately. But yeah, I'm not shocked that Tepper's not happy. I am amazed at the timing of the article.
Yeah, the timing is crazy, right?
Just for the sake of transparency, the article was written on the 11th, right? So, the timing was kind of good from the standpoint considering everything happened with the March on Men and everything else with that. Because now people were paying more attention to it. Because we're in an attention-based business. We're in an attention-based world nowadays. So.
But anyway, the overall sentiment of the article was that he's listen. It's frustrating. There's pressure for improvement. Okay, there's a clear message from the ownership that they need to see progress, and that's particularly on the offense, right? And I think the second half of this season is crucial. And if changes aren't made and there's no improvement, word on the street again. Albert Breer says he thinks that if there's no improvement, that maybe in 2024. I just don't know. It's not going to be fixed this year. I just don't see a switch being turned and then we're just going to be better. Like it's not going to happen. I just can't see it happening. We saw it one game against the Texans where it was kind of we saw somebody who we still couldn't get 1 yard.
We could have lost that game, bro.
Easily.
Could have lost that game
because of the offense.
Yep.
It was better, but this switch is not happening this year. We got 8 games left. It's not happening overnight, bro. It's not. We can't expect that to happen, and I don't see it happening. I don't see this offense improving from where we are, bottom feeding in the league. It just is what we are, who we are at this point. And I don't even think there's some things out there saying, oh, we got to be patient because we got a whole draft class to to coming out and coming up when we don't have a first round pick, and we got all this quote unquote cap money. And I'm looking at that cap money like, yo, as soon as you re-sign Brian Burns, or if you're gonna do that, fam, you re-sign Derek Brown. That when you start to keep some of these players and pay some of these players that you have, that cap money is going to evaporate quick. So how aggressive are they going to be when it comes to getting these free agents? And all those free agents going to want to come here.
Yep. They're not going to come here if we don't have any stability. Shut out the blackballing enterprise. Hire Jim Harbaugh, Bobby Solik, or Bill Belichick. I don't blame them. Tepper spent all this money for guys to fix an offense, and honestly, the offense has regressed. We look better with Joe Brady and Teddy. If you had some patience, just a little bit of patience, then maybe we'll be in a different state than what we are right now. But, I digress. We always talk about what, I remember when folks wanted Teddy out the paint. I remember when they wanted Joe Brady out the paint. So, I don't want to say he's listening to the fans, but you guys will probably get rid of people when he's ready to get rid of them. He's shown it. Everybody, look, man. Bill Belichick. Well, no, I'm not going to compare him to George Seifert. That's not fair. No, that's not fair. But like I said, whoever comes here is going to have to. I don't see Tepper ever giving control to the head coach again for personnel decisions. That's just my opinion. I don't see it.
No, that's not happening.
I don't see that happen. I don't think that's ever happening again. So that means anybody that requires it ain't coming. I'm looking at you, Jim Harbaugh. I'm looking at you, Bill Belichick. I'm looking at you, whoever wants full control. All right.
Let's keep it moving. All right. So let's talk about the fallout from the March on Mint. And let me just say this before we because I seen it. Y'all been tagging me all over the place. I saw my guys Cam and Mace talking about it. And if y'all don't know, if you know me, when I saw that and I saw them talking about it, if you know me and you know my background, Cam is one of my favorite rappers of all time. So I kind of fanned out a little bit. I didn't get too excited. I hit him up, I hit him up because they said they wanted to talk to the creators of it. So I did reach out, and we'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if they check their email or y'all gonna have to hit him up. So I did see the feature on and it is what it is. I saw that. Hopefully
it was hilarious too.
It was funny. And shout out to OJ. Even OJ Simpson chimed in on it. He said it wasn't gonna work. But it is what it is, I guess. You know what I mean?
So, that's how Ja Rule at this point, right? But at least he knows football,
Yeah. So I saw it. Thank y'all for tagging me on it. And man, hit them up and let them know where to find us, where they can find us. Check them out. Tell them to check their DMs and check the email because I did hit them. But also it's a lot of other follow. I heard them talking about it on Mac and Bone on the radio. Yeah. I saw them talking about it. I'm actually going on there tomorrow to talk about it. 8:45 in the morning. I'm going on the show to talk about the joint. So it's been a lot of positive. First of all, let's talk about the positive. It's been a lot of positive stuff coming from it. And again, it's nothing to hide, bro. We canceled it strictly because of the event, the children's event, the Pee Wee football. And shout out to one of my guys, Dedrick. His son was playing at the stadium. You know what I mean? So that's why we canceled it. No other reason. It's nothing to hide. Like, I don't care how many people was going to come out there. And again, the reason why I canceled it was because I thought a lot of people were going to come out there. And I was, again, liability issues. You know what I mean?
We did hear that folks was driving out of town to come to this thing.
It was a lot of people
on making moves to come.
It's quite the contrary that we canceled it because nobody's going to show up. That's not the case. I canceled it because of liability, and we got to do it the right way. I've had conversations with CMPD now. We got if there are any groups over 50, we got to have a permit, right? So if it's going to be more than 50 people, we got to submit the proper paperwork. So what's going to happen, bro? We're going to do it. We just got to do it the right way. We got to do it the right way, okay? And again, I want to be clear on this. This is not a reprimand on our players, bro. I want that to be clear. This is a conversation and a message that needs to be sent to David Tepper. And I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of what's going on up in his office. But whatever it is, it ain't working. It ain't working, and we don't have to sit. And shout out to Steve, man. When we was sitting on Steve's show. He said, "Yo, what he say? What he tell us, Dave? Hey, if it don't work, if we trash, we gotta sit back. Ain't nothing we can do about it. Nah, Steve, Smitty, this is what we gonna do about it. You know what I mean? This is what we gonna do. We got voices, and we gonna stand up. We big Panthers fan. Listen, I might not dress up in nothing, but I'm a Panthers fanatic. I'm one of the biggest Panthers fans out there. I just want to see my team succeed. And the truth of the matter is that this team has not been successful since David Tepper has taken over. You took over a playoff team. We were a playoff team the year prior. He took over, and he has since then dismantled it. We have a 32% win percentage under his ownership. Do I need to repeat that, Dave?
Yes, you should.
32% win percentage. You want to know what my research was, Dave? Did a little project.
Uh-oh. You know what happens when Shabby
you know what happens when
pro-hex.
hey, you know what happens when I do you know what I do some you know what happens when I start doing research, Dave. I did a little digging. So I wanted to know, Dave, what were these other owners like in their first 6 years? In their first 6 years?
Oh no. I can name one that might be worse than Tepper.
Oh, look, it's some that are worse. But let's play a game.
Definitely name one.
Let's play a game, Dave. Let's play a game.
I like games.
Dave, I'm gonna tell you, Dave. David Tepper is top 5 in losing seasons, or where he has taken over. Now, I was surprised when I did this research. Because a lot of these teams were taken over like recently. Like there were small ownership tweaks. A lot of them are newer owners, right? So a lot of them don't have 6 years accumulated just yet, but some of them have seen a lot more success. Okay, but Dave, I'll just give you a quick little cheat. David Tepper is fifth worst in the league.
I think I can name the 4.
First 6 years in ownership.
I can name
first 5.5, because again, I'm counting this year. It's not over yet. He has time to improve upon it. But as of right now, it's the first 6 seasons, including this season that's going on right now, win percentage. Dave, can you name the other 4?
I can't remember names of these owners, man, because I don't think they want me to anyway, but I'll just name the team. Cleveland Browns. They were definitely worse.
Cleveland Browns are definitely worse. D. Haslam, 21% win percentage.
Yeah, he was the one that owned the gas stations. He had all the gas stations. Yeah, I remember him.
Bad. So just hold on, pause right there, Dave. So things could be worse. Go ahead, Dave.
Worse. I want to say Detroit.
Wrong.
I didn't think so, because I know the ownership changed, but that probably was a long time ago. Yeah,
it was that long ago. It was not that long ago.
Okay.
It was not that long ago when she took over. When it was like, I think 2018, Sheila Ford took over. She has a 46% win percentage her first six.
Yeah, she's got a pretty good record going on right now.
She's got a pretty good record. Yep.
Shout out to Brad Holmes, A&T alum. Got to meet him during Jiho. Chopped it up for a little bit. I ain't posted a picture yet. But
come on, Dave, you holding out, man. Come on, man.
I haven't posted pictures in weeks, but I got an archive I'm gonna drop at some point. So all right, so it wasn't Detroit. Jets.
Wrong.
What?
First 6 seasons in the Jets, they had a 50% win percentage. Woody Johnson.
Oh yeah, okay. I can't
hold on. This is true. Hold on, Dave. This is technically Detroit has a family business, but hey, when the management changes, hey, it's run differently. It's a family business, but things are run different when the lead is that when you're at the top, things are run different. So you're right. But yeah,
I'm not gonna say Denver, because Denver just got a new owner.
I didn't count Denver.
You didn't count Denver. And it's early.
I went back. I went further back for Denver. But yeah.
So I'm not
answer that question real quick, Dave. The super chat.
Quick question for Dave for fantasy. Should I trade Derrick Henry for Mike Evans straight up? I have Gibbs and Mostert at running back. No. Do you really need a wide receiver? I mean, I know Derrick Henry isn't what you expect, but nah, I wouldn't. But that's just my opinion. Appreciate the super chat though.
All right, back to the game. Back to the game, Dave.
Oh God. Washington, no, they just same thing for as Denver.
Dan Snyder. No, but I went back to Snyder, who most would call one of the worst owners in the league. Pretty solid. His first 6 seasons, pretty solid. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Let me see.
Washington.
I'm trying to think who else just changed ownership recently.
Washington was 46. It's not about recently. It's overall, bro.
Oh,
overall.
Seattle.
Wrong.
Jesus. Arizona.
Seattle had a 61% win percentage.
Arizona.
Wrong. 40% win percentage. Michael Bidwell.
Bucks.
Yes. Wrong. Wait. Tampa. Nope. 35% win percentage.
Falcons.
Wrong.
Saints.
Wrong.
49ers.
Wrong. 49ers 61. Let me get to the Saints. New Orleans had 64% win percentage. Jaguars, correct. That is correct. Jacksonville, Shad Khan, 28% win percentage. However, context, they went to the playoffs.
They almost went to the Super Bowl.
They went to the playoffs their 6th year, bro.
Didn't they almost make the AFC Championship? They almost made the Super Bowl. They won the AFC Championship game. Yep.
They went to the playoffs their 6th year, bro. That last year, they went to the playoffs. So right now, if we put together Shad Khan and David Tepper, Shad Khan has a playoff appearance. David Tepper does not. And that we're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars here. With all due respect.
I'm not going to say the Titans. The Titans has actually been pretty successful. So it can't be the Titans.
It's not them.
No, but Cincinnati.
Titans 61%.
Cincinnati
is on the list. 30% win percentage. And I don't think they had a playoff.
Bills.
Bills is not on that list.
Oh, wow.
They just got recently sold too. 51%.
It got to be the Chiefs then. It must be the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yes, they are on that list. 30% win percentage. However,
playoffs too.
They made the playoffs their 4th season.
It ain't
of that 6th seed, they made the playoffs. It's definitely not Pittsburgh.
I mean, it ain't Pittsburgh. I'm looking at the chat at this point. The Texans.
Y'all got them. No, it's not the Texans either. Yeah, it's not the Texans either, bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. It's pretty, when you start to look at these numbers, bro.
Even the Raiders with Mark Davis taking over? Because
Mark Davis, bro, the Raiders had 38%. No, hold on. They had a 40% win percentage the first 6 years.
I already said Cleveland. Cleveland was the
Cleveland
first
was
thing
number 1.
Cleveland
was worse.
Dog, Cleveland,
the worst.
When they moved the first Browns to Baltimore and gave them that expansion team, they ain't been nothing till recently. Nah, we already said Steelers, but appreciate the super chat, Big Baller.
Yeah, appreciate that, Big Baller. Yeah. So just to break this down again, D Haslam with the Cleveland Browns, 21%. Worst of all time. First six seasons. We're only talking about the first 6 seasons of ownership. Okay. Shad Khan, Jacksonville, 28%, but they did have a playoff appearance that 6th season. So in order to catch Jacksonville, we need to make the playoffs this year. Okay.
Not happening.
It's not happening. Clark Hunt for KC, when he took over, 30%. But again, they made the playoffs their 4th season. Made the playoffs. So the fans had a little something to chew on. You know what I mean? Cincinnati, 30%. Mike Brown. They didn't make they're kind of in the same situation as Cleveland and Cincinnati. So
I mean, Mike Brown, the Bengals had a 30-year drought of not even winning a playoff game. So then when they finally did win a playoff game, they went to the Super Bowl. So yeah.
Yeah. So again, this is why it's frustrating for Panthers fans. You took over a team. Again, we might not have had, a back-to-back winning seasons, but we bounced back, bro. We were bouncing back. There was always that, but you could always expect the Carolina Panthers to bounce back and keep pounding, bro. That we are now in our 6th. If we lose on Sunday, this will be the 6th consecutive year that we have lost losing seasons. 6th. Never happened in the history of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, it's true.
So this is frustrating for the Panthers fans, right? We've had some down years. We've had some pretty down years, Dave. But I gotta be honest, as a Panthers fan, this might be the worst I felt, bro. Matt Rule, we got over Matt Rule. You fired him. We got Steve Wilkes. Boom, we were right back. It was like Matt Rule almost never happened.
I said this on Twitter, and some folks felt the way when I said it. Steve Wilkes is the only coach during the Tepper era to not have a losing season. And he was an interim coach. He went 6-6. And I know, like, well, it's not a winning season. I was like, you prefer 5-12? You prefer 1-16? Because that's what we're looking like right now, guys. It's looking like 1-16, bro.
It ain't looking good, bro.
And it like if you go back and look at that schedule, it is looking like 1-16. And I don't want to think that. But when you look back at that schedule, you question, like, what the hell we're gonna win? We ain't winning Sunday. I can tell you that now. Because I mean, Dallas is gonna have a home game that's around with y'all. So, Speaking of which, I want to answer this question and then we can get back to this.
Yeah, no, this is a great go ahead, Dave.
So, what is March on Men's goal and purpose? I got people trying to explain it to. Ultimately, man, I think I'll be honest, too busy. For us, it's more about having the conversation. It was never an intention to be up here like trying to go like crazy in a crowd, right? Because I ain't trying to go to jail. Sean ain't trying to go to jail. Nobody's trying to get sued. It's ultimately about having the conversation. Ultimately,
no. So the march on men. This is the purpose, right? And I get it, right? People are, what are you doing? What you're doing? You got to have a reason, and you guys are right. You got to have a purpose and a ask behind it, right? So here's the thing. This is an awareness thing, right? This is to say, hey, David Tepper, we not happy with what you're doing, bro. We're not, listen, okay, let me put it this way. When Frank Reich doesn't do his job, whose office does he have to go to?
The boss man.
He has to go to the boss. This is our team, bro. He might own the team. This is our team. This is our team, bro. Y'all should feel that way. This is our team, bro. Like this, this is how I feel as a Panthers fan. Tap got it. He got to tell us what's going on, bro. Like, listen, we are not as a fan base. He need the ask. This is the ask for David Tepper. Whatever you're doing, and I'm not gonna pretend to know the details and ins and outs of what he's doing. Whatever you're doing, bro, it ain't working. Get some good people around you and let them cook. Let them work. That's the ask. Get out the way. That's the ask. I'm not trying to call for anybody. I would never call to get anybody fired, lose their job. That's not who I am, bro. I would feel terrible if I went up there and said, hey, fire Frank Reich, and he lost his job. That's not me, bro. No. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not calling for Fitterer's head. That's not my place. Y'all can do it, but that's not my place. That's not my place. My thing is this. Get the right people in place, listen to them, and fall back. Let them people cook, bro. Because the word on the street that's not happening.
But it never happened. That's the dilemma. Think about it, bro. The first warning shot was when they were trying to tell Ron Rivera to change his scheme to a 3-4 defense. That should have been the first warning. When Rivera walked into that presser that day and was like, I've been asked to change my defense to a 3-4.
Exactly.
And I wasn't, and the thing was, I wasn't that worried because he's had the ability to switch. He's had top 5 defenses on both as a 3-4 and a 4-3. But it's about having the scheme to do it. It's not that simple.
Bro, and we know, bro, and I can't, there's some stuff that I know that I can't say, bro. Listen. Let the people cook, bro. Obviously, all I can say is that it goes unsaid, bro. What you're doing is not working. It's not. Like, the proof is in the pudding, bro. It ain't working. So you got to fall back, let these dudes cook, get the right people in there first, and let them cook. That's the ask, bro.
All right. I want to answer this question too.
This is a
Shout,
great question, by the
shout out
way.
to Alvin for the super chat. Y'all been following the team longer than I have. Are we approaching 2001 and 2010 territory? From a record standpoint, yes.
Yeah.
But the debate becomes what the expectation is, right? Because 2001 and 2010 were two different squads. 01 was about growth. George Seifert warned Big Cat at the time that this squad is going to
Big
be
Cat and
young.
Jerry Richardson,
Richardson.
for those that
Jer-
don't
Jerry
know.
Richardson. They want, just to be confused by some other ones. So the what it boiled down to was that it was going to be a young team. Team wasn't going to do that good. They released Steve Berline. They wanted to go young. They ended up having to start Chris Winkie pretty much the entire season, and they proceeded to go 1-15. Steve Smith was on that team. So, but that team built the foundation for the Super Bowl team 2 years later. There was some players that was on that squad that was also on that 2003 Super Bowl team. Yeah. Now, as for 2010, it was a lame duck situation with John Fox. We knew he wasn't coming back.
Yeah,
they started Jimmy C. It was gonna be a show. Like, we knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah. So with that, why this is different, especially from 2010. That's the most recent, right?
I think that was the worst team, by the way. Let me be clear. I think the 2010 team was by far the worst team we've ever seen.
It might have been. It might have been. But that's that. From a fan standpoint, you knew we was gonna be trash. We knew John Fox was going away. But guess what? Guess what was coming? We had a number 1 overall pick. We drafted Cam Newton. There was some excitement around that. Like, there's something to look forward to. Right now, bro, what as a fan, what are you excited about? Like, the defense, great. But you got to have your offense. What are we looking forward to? We don't have a first round pick. What are we going to do to enhance? Bro, we're not going to just go out there and sign the best free agent because they got to want to come here. It's not happening. You're going to have to overpay to get the guys. Yeah, to get the guys. And then there goes our cap. And then, so from a fan, for me, this is just me from a fan standpoint. And again, me and Dave are just two dudes with a mic. Don't get it messed up. We two fans with a mic, right? Let's keep that. We're not some privileged people. We two fans with a mic that got a voice, right? So as a fan, bro, I can't get excited. This is the worst situation as a fan to be in. You got a coach that's probably going to come back next year and his GM. The GM can't really draft like that, as history shows. Your coach ain't really coaching like that. What am I going to get? Are we looking forward to 2025? Like, what are we doing? Like, as a fan, the immediate future, like, I'm excited about what Mingo could be.
Yes. I'm excited what Bryce could be. But the biggest fear I have is that Bryce could potentially get ruined because of all the churn.
Exactly.
That's the dilemma, right? So everybody talking about how great this 2024 QB class is. We can't go get it. We already drafted Bryce. Chicago's going to be able to take advantage of it if they continue to be bad. And they might be able to get whatever quarterback they want in Marvin Harrison. Boom, boom. Like, at the expense of us. But so we don't really have a level of excitement about what's going on here.
And that's what made it so frustrating for me watching that game on Thursday. Is watching that game, knowing that these dudes got our pick, and we just
beat our behind
with the undrafted free agent at quarterback.
Yep.
And that it made I was so frustrated, bro. That was one of the most frustrating games I watched in a long time.
That's how we ended up viral all weekend.
Yeah, and so
that literally.
And so yes, I think, of course, with the Marshawn Mint, we jumped the gun a little bit from a planning standpoint. I take full responsibility for that. But when we do this, it's gonna be done right, and we're gonna get the proper people involved. And shout out to WFNZ, Mac Bone, all them, they talking about me, talking to me, we're gonna talk tomorrow about collaborating on some ideas to make it bigger and make sure it's done the right way. We're gonna send a message. We have to send a message to ownership. And I'm sure, I saw, with all due respect, I heard Smitty talking about it too. He talked briefly about it on I think on Kyle Bailey's show today on the radio or something. I saw the clip, and Smitty said, fans got to be careful because they're ready to pick it. And he said, and in 2 years, and he was real respectful about it, by the way. He said, in 2 years or something, when the team is good, y'all can be cheering for him. He's absolutely right.
Oh, he's absolutely right.
Absolutely right.
There's no
1,000%. There's no lies detected. No lies detected. But also what he said in that clip, and where I have pushback is that, we got draft picks and we got a lot of cap, and bro, what's the draft picks when your GM ain't the best drafter? What good are those? What's good? What the cap space is going to disappear as soon as we maybe re-sign Derek Brown and Brian Burns. That cap space is probably gone, right?
Are we going to sign them? That's the better question.
I don't know. We have no idea. So listen, I saw another clip today talking about, we need to flip resources from the defense and put in the offense. Maybe we should go trade Brian Burns and Derek Brown and all these other guys that we got, because you can see, obviously, truth be told, you can see Evero doing his thing with basically nobody's. All due respect,
that doesn't
to
make
the defense.
It okay.
Y'all are
though.
playing well. I'm just saying, all due respect to the defense, because they are balling. Everybody in the defense, kudos to y'all. That was not intended to be a shot. Y'all are balling right now. Kudos to y'all. So what in theory, what they were saying is, if you take away the assets from the defense and shift that money into the offense, things are going to get better. But do you hamstring the defense in lieu of a better offense? It just don't make sense.
Shout out to Black Balling Enterprise. Rashad, I'm telling you now, if we go 1-17, we can't, fortunately, which is what I expect. Frank will not be coming back. Listen, I asked this question weeks ago. If we go 1 and whatever or 0 and whatever, before we even got our win,
you did.
I said, does he make it back?
I couldn't even fathom that right at that point in time. I could not fathom us going 1 or whatever. And now
I started fathoming it when I started looking at the schedule, and I saw what I saw. Like, I just saw what I saw, and what I saw was a team that can't put enough together to win. And the thing that sucks is that I'm wearing all my A&T gear now. I've sat through this season with them too. But at least I see some progress. Like, we actually look better over time in some aspects of the team. I'm not seeing that right now.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
On the offensive side.
And that's the thing, Dave. That's the thing, Dave. You're right. You're absolutely right, bro. It would be all good if we could see some progression.
Yes.
I would be cool. I don't mind losing if we progressing, bro. Like, if the offense is getting better, we're close, but maybe we're losing the 1 possession, 2 possession game, and it comes down to the wire. Bro, our offense, it's not good, bro. It's not good.
And that's my thing. Like, for me, it boils down to, I need to see progression. And everybody's trying to say we've got the wrong guy and we got this and no, bro. It does not matter if you ain't got the other pieces. Like, that's my thing. It doesn't matter. Would there be a little bit of a turn? Maybe, but not enough to, all right, instead of 1 win, we might have 2. Okay. All right, 2-7. Yay. Hippie, yippee. 2-7. We still like giving the number 1 pick away. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating for sure. And listen, we gonna, once things are done, and here's the thing. So this is what I want to ask y'all, right? I want to ask y'all in the chat. When do y'all want this to go down, right? And are there any ideas? I saw one idea in the chat that said, "Hey, let's stop buying the tickets, or let's not go to the game." I heard the dudes on WFNZ say, "Hey, let's walk out. Let's do a walkout during the game." I mean, how do you do y'all have any ideas on how we can make this as a peaceful and a very strong message to David Tepper? What y'all got? If y'all here, I could open it up if y'all want to come in. Hold on.
I mean, TV ratings ain't gonna do it because I mean, people are gonna watch for the other team too. Shout out to Call Me Bezo. So while they sell this, we was a quarterback away.
Exactly.
It's mind blowing. Well, because they legitimately thought that we were a quarterback away.
That's the
and you
problem.
know what? If they would have kept the interim coach, you might have been.
That's the problem. That's what makes it frustrating, is because they sold us this. Everybody all offseason, they sold us that all we need is a quarterback. Drop this quarterback in, and we're gonna be good to go. They created this. My man said, "Pray." My man said, "Pray, bro." Last home game. I like that. I like that idea, actually. Walk out during the game. I'm asking just to understand, since we don't get a number 1 pick next year, what pick will we get even with the losing record? We won't have a first round pick.
The thing is, we don't have the first round pick, so
we'll have the second round pick.
We have a second round pick. So if we're the worst team in the league, we'll get the first pick in the second round. The first pick in the first round is going to go to Chicago. So that's why when we made, and I said this, y'all can go back and look at the tape. When we made this trade, what did I say? I said we better we got to win the division, because we can't be out here giving Chicago a top 10 pick. We out here about to give them a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, so Carolina boy, this is my problem with the walkout.
That's my issue too.
Asking people to buy tickets and then walk out is very counterintuitive. I heard that on the radio. Dudes saying that on the radio. That don't make sense to me. It does take away from the concession money, but then you just wasted all that money. And I don't want to ask anybody to waste any money like that.
It's the same thing I said on Sunday morning, right? During our show, we initially did the March on Mid episode. It's the same thing that I said on Sunday. If you're going, like, if you want to impact pockets, you gotta either A, stop buying tickets, stop buying PSLs, don't sell the PSLs that you have to other teams, to opposing teams, because concessions
is sold anyway, bro.
Huh?
They can get sold anyway, whether it's Panther fans or whether it's other fans coming to the stadium to watch their team. Tickets gonna get sold. That's apparent, bro.
Yeah.
That game on Sunday is gonna be packed by Cowboys fans. Cowboys fans will outnumber Carolina Panthers fans, 100% guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is that sometimes some of that boils down to folks selling their ticket because they use it as an investment. We had this discussion.
Even if we don't, though, they go to the public market and they're gonna get bought up.
Yeah. Well, the PSLs can get bought up if they already own them.
Yeah, but the PSLs are owned by bro. The PSLs are looked at as investments, bro. People buy those to sell the tickets. Most people do. Some people do. I ain't gonna say most. A good portion of people do. Blackball Enterprise says, Dave, respectfully, it does matter. Look at the routes. Have you seen any routes on tape? Screw the personnel. The concepts aren't making sense.
But
I don't know what
look, but you're proving my point. My point is that the personnel, it doesn't matter what the personnel is if your scheme is terrible. If your scheme's not good, it's not going to work. I mean, yes, you could probably get personnel that can run it better, but you got to have a good scheme that's going to work. Now, I mean, selling the team is not realistic. Moving the team, it gets interesting then, and they're not going to move the team.
Why we always go there to moving the team? It ain't going nowhere. The team ain't going nowhere.
Nah, the team ain't going nowhere. As long as Charlotte's willing to take a piece of the tab, it ain't going nowhere.
Let's see. I'm trying to see any more ideas. They say last game of the year we sit in silence. I like that.
You still got to be in the game, but yeah,
I like that's different. I like that perspective.
Problem is that everybody's got to be on one accord, and that's going to be a challenge when you're
Right.
talking about 50, 60,000 people in the stands.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Make it digital. Invite these Panther pods to one huge stream and call-ins. Host it every hour and have a podathon with you. Make it fun too. Maybe raise. That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
A podathon is kind of dope. Go said
PNP-a-thon.
that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Do you think Tepper moves the team if things keep going like this? No. Tepper, let me tell y'all something, man. Tepper's only moving that team if he doesn't get what he wants from the city.
He's still talking about he's not going.
But he's not going to move the team. He's already trying to buy more property. He ain't moving the team. He's trying to make this thing look like Patriot Place.
They just signed a deal with the Charlotte. Some Charlotte extended the deal. Team ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
All right. If after or during a game, the march would be drowned out by fans, need to be done on a day where fans aren't there. Fans not watch the game anyway. Nobody except those there for the march.
Well, I mean, that was the intention for Sunday.
That was the intent. Yeah, that was the
intent
goal
on
for Sunday. Was to do it while nobody was there. Because I had like 2 or 3 different news channels hit me up. It's gonna get when we do it, it's gonna get covered, right? It's gonna get covered. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do it. It just needs to be done the right way. And especially if things continue the way they're going, that I assume they're gonna go. We just need to pick the right time, the right date, where nothing is going on in the stadium, nobody's in danger. We can submit the proper permits, and I'm gonna need volunteers for crowd management. So it's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna need to be put in place. Make sure that Charlotte Mecklenburg police are there. It's gonna be done right, bro. It's gonna be done right. It's gonna be done right.
Maybe stop going to Fans Fest or training camps. That's an option. I mean, this year was my first training camp in a minute, so I didn't go to a single rule training camp. That was my protest.
My man said, "Do it outside of Tepper house." Nah, you tripping? I don't know where. First
fam,
of all, I don't know where he stay. I never ain't doing that.
And
y'all
I repeat,
are bugging.
I'm not trying to go to jail for y'all.
Yeah, we not doing that.
Nah, I ain't going to front of that man's house. Y'all are wild. Do you think Tepper moves the team before he sells it?
I agree. I agree with this too. My bad, Dave. I agree with this because after a game too, when people have drinks in their system, that's not the time to do it. I don't like that. I thought about that too. I thought about doing it at the park, Bearden Park after the game, but nah, that it's gonna be too lit. People gonna be drinking.
No, sir.
Nah, I'm not doing that. That's liability concerns. James Cameron, we need to set up a press conference with Tep, a virtual one, ask him some approved questions, hold his ass accountable. I like that. I don't know how we're going to get a hold of him.
Well, the other problem is, too, is that, I mean, how are you going to hold somebody accountable if all the questions got to be approved?
That's true, too.
That's true, too. I'm just asking questions. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, this isn't a bad idea. Monday or Tuesday after a loss, while Tepper there for his Frank Reich meeting. That's funny.
Hilarious.
That's funny. But people got to work during that time too. So I don't know if during the weekend or during the week is going to be a good idea.
Leave the Panthers get in the stadium for them to clean up. Problem is that, once again, it's money that's
people
spent.
pay for that. People pay for that. Nah, yeah, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. We're gonna get it right though. We're gonna take some.
Tepper does he did
call us basement dwellers. He did say basement dwelling Twitter. Sign says do better.
Interesting ideas, I will say. I know it's tough.
Yeah, we're gonna get it right though. We're gonna do it. We're gonna plan accordingly. It's gonna be done right. But yeah, we are gonna make. Yeah, I was gonna get some shirts made. It's gonna be done right. It's gonna be done right. It's gonna be done right for sure. Hey man, I appreciate this too. This was apparent in all the comments on the video.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was hella supportive. Y'all understand the sentiment. Y'all understand why we canceled it. It's gonna get done. We're gonna do it the right way. Saturday is probably the best day to do it. You're right. We just gotta find the right. We're gonna find it. We're gonna do it. Jace is wilding. Sell some shirts to say do better and wear them to the game. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna get on the same page. This is something that's likely gonna happen. We talked about this already.
Yeah, we already had that discussion. But nah, man, it's been like I said on Sunday, bro. It's been an interesting weekend with regards to this whole thing. I was just amazed how quick it blew up. And it's funny because one of my friends, I didn't tell them, and I said just search this, and they were like amazed at how fast the thing blew up. It blew up quick.
I'm gonna be honest. I got a quick bone to pick with your boys from WFNZ, man. Dave, I heard the clip, and I'm gonna have to confront them tomorrow, 8:45. I'm gonna have to say, yo, they kind of just relegated us to a 3,000 follower Twitter account, trying to start something. I'm like, bro, if I judged you on your Twitter account, I got bigger reach than y'all. You know what I mean? So don't play with PNP name like that, bro. Don't do that. He said no disrespect, but I don't do that. Don't do that. Don't play with.
No, you just need to tell him to check the tubes. Just tell him to check the tubes.
He should have checked that before he mentioned us, bro. I don't like that. We going Dave. You know me, bro. You know me. I don't like that.
But now I gotta ask myself a question. I'm gonna pull the phone up just to check. Do we have our YouTube channel on our Twitter page?
Linked? It is there.
I thought it was. I just wanted to confirm.
They should have clicked that.
They should have checked the profile, checked the stats. Oh, shame on them for not checking the stats because it's definitely there.
We're gonna address that tomorrow, 8:45. We're gonna have to talk about that because I don't like how he just relegated us to a 3,000 follower Twitter account, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. I work hard, bro. Don't do that. So if you're gonna talk about it, make sure you get it right. I'll take the little blows for the pause for y'all, for canceling the protests and all that, or canceling March on Men. I'll take that, but hey, don't relegate me to a 3,000 Twitter follower channel like we nobodies. Don't do that. I don't even listen to them on the radio like that. Don't do that.
You know what the crazy thing is though, bro? A lot of other people's posts went viral. I mean, our follow account went up a little bit, but it ain't go up like that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, and it wasn't even meant for that. Like it wasn't even meant for that.
It wasn't. I just find it fascinating, right? Because everybody wants to be first. Everybody wants to get the story. Nobody wants to fact check. Nobody wants to check and ask the people who are actually trying to do this thing.
Yeah. So King Darius, no, this is not the same radio show. The Rob Brown show, those are my guys. They know what I'm about. They know who we are. They wouldn't relegate us to a 3,000 Twitter follower account. They wouldn't do that. WFNZ, they different. I don't, shout out to my guys. They put it in Discord and let me know that they was talking about, because I don't listen to them. You know what I mean? So they let me know that they was talking about me. And when they said it, they was like, oh yeah, you just a 3,000 follower Twitter account. Yeah, I mean, nah, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that. So we're gonna have again. It's gonna be, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be cool, but I gotta check that because I don't like that. I don't like that.
It is a global. Say it again. It is a global podcast. Global. We got cats. We got folks watching from Australia, Europe, Asia, Africa. We cover all the continents. So it's global. South America. I was out here trying to figure out Portuguese, man. We good. We good out here in these streets.
Yeah. So again, too busy. You're right. Once we get the final plans for it, we will post it. That'll be scheduled. Until then, I don't feel comfortable putting anything else out there. But we got to get it right. And the thing is, I also don't want to do it after. The billboard is not a bad idea. Billboard is not a bad idea.
That's probably the least intrusive way to do this, truth be told.
That's not a bad idea.
I got an idea.
Not a bad idea.
You know what? I got an idea. I'll talk to you about it after the show.
All right, bet we'll
And
talk about that.
it's like a combination of some of the comments that you guys said, but I don't want to push it out because people do watch and they But I got an idea.
Yeah, I don't even know who. See, I don't even listen to Kyle Bailey and them either, man. I don't listen to radio like that. I don't listen to none of them dudes,
Yeah,
man.
I don't.
I don't care. And here's the thing: I don't care what they think. That's the thing. I don't care what anybody thinks. I go to the beat of my own drum, bro. Somebody, it's all cool, it's all whack until somebody does it. Then when somebody else does it, they want to get on board with it. That's how it rolls, bro. That's how this whole pod thing has been going. It's all whack and garbage until somebody does it. Then y'all be like, oh yeah, then you see other people trying to do it. It's all whack until somebody do it. That's all. I don't care what people think, bro.
Everybody thinks it's a race to do stuff too, and it's not.
It ain't
Like
no race,
we've been mentioning this for it's been close to a year now, if you want to keep it up. But then we kind of pumped the brakes because they got rid of the coach. Like we wanted change and we got some. So I just think folks want to be first on doing things, and for us, it's not really about that. We just want to do dope stuff. We want to do things that's good for the community too. So, it ain't like I just found it. That's why I was amazed at how fast it blew up, the way it blew up. But we're in a very reactive society, so that's just what we do around here. But we've been talking about it for a while. Like
We
it
have
didn't
been
just
talking about
pop.
it for a while.
Yeah, like it just didn't pop up during the Thursday night game. We just never. We would discuss it, talk about it, but it is what it is. Shout out to Desmond for the super chat. Do y'all see us holding Burns until draft night and trading him for a pick? Nah. I hope we sign him to a long-term deal, to be honest with you. But now it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in tomorrow morning when you get on, though. That's gonna be
man. We're gonna talk about it again. Civil. I'm always gonna be civil and cool, calm, and collected. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna tolerate no disrespect. Yeah, I mean, I felt that, and he said no disrespect, and I get that. But don't relegate me without doing the research. Don't relegate me to a $3,000 Twitter follower space. It's not that. We work hard, bro.
But to be fair, I mean, research is a lost art too. Like I keep saying, we're in a reactionary society. Because even in some of the articles that was written, a lot of folks focused on Twitter. Not too many folks focused on, because that's what blew up. Not too many folks focused on the fact that we've been doing this thing, going live every week for almost pushing to 77 years at this point. So it's all about perspective.
Yep. All right. With that said, man, we're gonna get up out of here. I think that's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, that's the last thing I had. But yeah, man, listen. We gonna make it happen. If they start winning, we won't need to march. But you know what I mean. Listen, and truth be told, listen, truth be told, just the threat of one. You know what I mean? It caught weight, like it's all over the place. Just the threat of one. The threat of one, it handled what it needed to do. Right? It might not have got all the way to Tepper, but it got to the people. It got to people. It might have.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it did.
It might have.
Somebody. It might have got to his ear. Now, whether or not he cared is a whole different discussion, right? But I would be like, folks didn't think that people were paying attention. Then all of a sudden, we had somebody following us during training camp. So I mean, it's all about perspective. It could have gotten to him.
We will never know, but it is what it is. Are we ever going back on Steve Smith's show? I hope so. And we got to get the invite. Maybe not. I don't know. I'd love to go back on.
Absolutely.
Did we speak on the Bank of America renewal? No, I did not. But basically, what happened?
You mentioned it, but I was like, "What?"
Yeah. So basically, it wasn't. It's a little funny. I didn't really feel like talking about it because it's not initially what I thought it was. Let me pull up the article real quick because it's not what I thought it was. It's not necessarily a bank. It's not a renewal for Bank of America Stadium per se. It's a renewal with the nonprofit that does events at Bank of America Stadium. Right. So let me see. See if I can find that article real quick. Dang it. Here we go. All right. So basically, what happened was there was an article put out about Charlotte Sports Foundation and Tepper Sports and Entertainment. They had a partnership, and that partnership has been extended. So the Charlotte Sports Foundation and Tepper Sports Entertainment announced an extension of their partnership to host events at Bank of America Stadium. This includes a continuation of the Dukes Mayo Classic and the Dukes Mayo Bowl. The Dukes Mayo Bowl has been a fixture at the Bank of America Stadium for 22 years. Blah, 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 blah. The foundation is a 501c3, so it's not really an extension of Bank of America Stadium. It's more so an extension with the partnership,
With Charlotte
extension of
Sports.
with that Charlotte Sports Foundation.
Yeah,
So it's
A&T.
not really with the bank.
Yeah, A&T got to play in that bowl, the Dukes Mayo Bowl, the Dukes Mayo kickoff a few years back. 2020. No, last year, 2022. And we're gonna do it again in 2027. So that's a good thing. It is a good thing. Let me see.
Yeah. But all right, yeah, we're gonna take. I see all your chats. I'm gonna go back and read all the chats to make sure I see everything and take everything into account. And we're gonna see what we can do as far as getting this thing going. But yeah, again, this whole March idea is not it's not against the players. We don't. Again, the players doing their jobs out there. They doing what they need to do. It's more about how this organization has been run. It's a conversation with Tepper. Tepper needs to understand that we had something going before he took over this team. We were a proud franchise, and now this is going to be our sixth consecutive losing season. And we as a fan base are not happy about it, and it's not okay. You know what I mean? NFL is supposed to be cyclical. It's supposed to come back around to you at some point. We supposed to be. I was cool with the win again, lose again, win again, lose. I was cool with that. At least I knew the next year we was gonna be nice. Yeah, I mean that was a cool little thing we had going. I would give my left leg for something like that again. Yeah, I mean, I mean,
bro,
so we got.
I just find it amazing, right? We let John Fox go because he didn't have consecutive winning season. That was part of the reason why Jared Richardson moved on. He said that in his presser on his way out the door. We still haven't had consecutive winning seasons. But God dang it, man, we're about to push number 6 unless we win against Dallas on Sunday.
Yeah, so Too Busy says he didn't want mediocrity. And yeah, we not even mediocre. We haven't met the mediocre bar yet.
We're abysmal.
We haven't met mediocre just yet. You know what I mean? So
we're abysmal,
we're gonna get it right, bro. Hey, shout out to Eric, man. I appreciate that too, because I don't see the Charlotte Observer. I don't know. I'm kind of
I literally just glanced through the article. They updated the article from the original one that they wrote and said that it was postponed.
Yeah, and that, again, I'll have conversations with them at the appropriate time. We'll get everybody involved. It's gonna be, when it happens, it's gonna be major. It's gonna be big. We're gonna do it the right way. But yeah, man, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. I miss ACASH super chat. Let's go back to ACASH super chat. ACASH dropped so many super chats. Sean, will we be able to catch a radio appearance tomorrow on YouTube or something? I don't know, but I can post a link when it happens.
WFNZ, they probably got a website. You probably can listen to it live. Just go to
because Noli posted the link when I heard him talking about it. So yeah, you can go back and listen to it for sure, or I can just rip it and post it.
Just go to WFNZ.com. You can listen live. So just hop on the site and just start listening live. I'll say hop on 5 minutes prior.
8:45. Pull up, man. And then let them know, man. Hey, let them know. Let's
get them that ratings jump, then they'll understand what it is.
Get them the ratings. Know what it is. Give them that ratings jump and to let them know that we exist over here. You know what I mean? Because obviously they disrespected y'all too. They disrespected P and Panther Nation as a whole. Everybody, all of our listenership, when they said we a 3,000 Twitter follower account. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's accurate. Man. We are, but
we are, but that ain't our primary primary
We're
source
also like a
of listenership.
20. What's the subscriber base now?
21,000, Dave.
21,000. You know, so, but you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, man,
Show,
good stuff. Good show.
Dave, show the sleeves, bro.
Oh, the sleeves. You want to see the sleeves? Oh, the sleeves are fly. I only got on one side though, just the fly. So yeah,
That's not where the sleeve. Show the whole sleeve, Dave. Turn your body. No, there you go. You know what a sleeve is, Dave?
no, I thought you was talking about this because this is the flyest part of the shirt. This is the flyest part of the sweater. You know what I'm saying? HBCU made. The name of the company is Collegiate Lux. Just Google them. They got some fly gear. They're not sponsored us, so but just Google.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I should reach out to them. All the shirt sweaters I be wearing. They should send me some free stuff with the be charged for these joints.
They should. You a walking advertisement, Dave.
But I love these things. These things are fly. I love these sweaters.
They are dope. All right. So with that said, we're getting out of here. Like, subscribe, check us out. WFNZ tomorrow, 8:45. We're gonna talk about it. And listen, we're gonna listen to them. Some of their points were valid, so I'll give them their credit on that. They had some valid, constructive criticism. Very right, and we'll give them credit for that. But they also got to know who we are, bro. They got to know what it is. So I need all the Panther Nation, all the PNP love to pull up. Let them know where we at. All right. So with that said, like, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff. We out of here. Peace.